Enggak ada. Oke. Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Mufadil Arya Tariq Lagisa. You can call me Isa or Arya, but yeah, because the assessor is you, Willy, you can call me Isa. But in formal Arya, okay, whatever. Okay, good morning. Today I will be analyzing the Fignet rice sandwich from Sanda Cineros, yes, the house on Mangrove Street. Yeah, that's she's novel. Okay, this is my script. Not my script sih, just overview. Okay, this chapter is for the overview. This chapter is a profound exploration of Esperanza Ciscordero's desire to belong and painful realism of her social study. While many see the school canteen as a place for special kids, Esperanza's journey at there becomes a masterclass in mechanisms of shame and class consciousness. Yes. Okay. I will say it explicitly, like I use SCSI template for analyze, and I will examine how Cisneros uses the school setting and the symbolic rice sandwich to portray the disillusionment of childhood aspiration. Okay. First, the story begins with Esperanza persuading her mother to allow her stay at school for lunch. She envies the children who eat in the canteen, a word that in the first mind sounds important. This is shows about the setting. The setting is canteen. It's the canteen and the canteen. Oh no, also the setting. Actually, the setting is divided between the domestic kitchen, where the negotiation happens, and the institutional school canteen. To Esperanza, the canteen represents it as a social hierarchy, where the kids with key case around their necks are seen as special. However, the setting shifts dramatically to the Sister Superior office. This office is the site of judgment, where the boulevard acts as a boundary between the stay at school kids and those like Esperanza. The most striking part of the setting is the row of ugly tree flats that the nun forces Esperanza to point out from her window. Buildings even raggedy men are ashamed to go into. This transforms the physical environment into the visual representation of Esperanza home. Esperanza home, yeah. In the term of characterization, Esperanza is portrayed as a girl who is acutely sensitive to the gaze of others. She describes herself as having anemic wrists and being skinny, using her physical frailty to convince her mother she cannot walk home. This shows her youthful ingenuity, but also her desperation to be seen as more than just a girl from Mango Street. And the contrast of that, the Sister Superior is characterized by a lack of empathy. She represents as institutional power that shames the poor. And also, in the chapter follows a path from humiliation to humiliation, from negotiation into the humiliation. A key action is when the Esperanza points at the wrong house when the house even uglier than her own, like yeah, like she points the wrong house, even the house is uglier than her own, just to end the nun's questioning. This action signifies her internalized shame. She would rather lie and be further humiliated than stand up for the reality of harm. The action, the final action, the climax, when the Esperanza eating in the canteen while crying. This ultimately become not climax, but is anticlimax. Okay, the writer Ocineros' style is marked by using of irony and poignant imagery. The testicular rice sandwich is a powerful symbolism because the family has no meat. Mama only make a sandwich of rice, a humble carbohydrate heavy meal that become greasy and cold by lunchtime. Not use the sandwich mostly used by meat, but it's used with it made by a rice. This sensory detail reflects how Esperanza's dream of being special has turned unappetizing, yeah, what, yeah, yeah, turned unappetizing. We also see the power of the written word through Mama's still note, which failed to convince the nun, showing the linguistic barrier forced by the immigrant community. The core ideas here are about class and the myth of the special. Esperanza realized that the kids with keys are not special because they are rich, but because they are alone, their mother aren't home to let them in. The canteen is revealed to be nothing special, teaching Esperanza to that the status the she craves is often a mask or social neglect. Actually, this this part is, yeah, from my personal opinion, this part is very because it's very tragedy because it reveals us about the social class. I mean, like, this is one of the material that I ever learned in sociology, and the rest is the turning point when the Esperanza maturation, like it's just climax to make the Esperanza become more mature. It is a second time she is shamed by a nun about her home, and it solidifies her desire to have a house of her own that she doesn't have to point to with shame. She learns that she cannot erase what she knows, and the Magong Street is the part of her. Yeah, part of her. Even when the wishes wasn't, this chapter resonates because it captured that universal adolescence moment where a dream meets the reality of environmental limitation. And yeah, I'm not explicitly say the global issues, but this is reflect us about the immigrant in America. Actually, it's not part of my presentation and it's not part of my script, but however, it reflects us about the fact of immigrant in America, where the class of the hierarchy is very high. Yeah, as far as I saw from Spain, or maybe Spain, and it reflects us about social class and poverty in poverty way, in poverty problem, and it reflect the SDG number one, no poverty. Yeah. Okay, because I ngalur ngidul, and that's all I think.